What is good, it's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and ranking the top 10 shooting guards right now in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Now, compared to the last shooting guard top 10 list we did, that's what we're going to be doing, top 10 shooting guards. Basically everybody's new, and I'm not gonna sit here and say literally everybody is new, but basically every single person on this list was not there from the prior list. I really only think there's one person that is the same, and that's kind of crazy. That just goes to show how many just kind of good shooting guards we've gotten since the last list that I have done. Kind of honorable mention, guys. We got Klay Thompson, MJ. Just note, they did not make the top 10, but they are still really solid in my team. Coming in at number 10, Galaxy Opal, Andrew Wiggins. 89 3-ball, 98 driving hook, a 91 2-ball, 86.0. Really solid speed and solid defensively. You guys might be asking, Ty, Andrew Wiggins, is this free card bias or is the card actually good? The card is actually good. Now, one thing I will say is I don't love his release, and that's just my personal opinion. I just think if he had a better release, he'd probably be, top 7, top 8 on this list. I just think his release on the slower side of things for that shooting guard, you can't really 3-hunt with him because of that. All the way down here at number 10. At number 9, Galaxy Opal, DeMar DeRozan. And this is kind of one that you could have went either way with DeMar DeRozan or Andrew Wiggins. I personally just think offensively, DeRozan does that a little bit more. And do I love the DeMar DeRozan base on quick? I wouldn't say I love it. It's good though, better than Andrew Wiggins base. And here's the thing, I know he can't get limitless range, but he can do literally everything else on the court. Defensively is solid enough. Offensively, dunking wise, incredible. He also has an MJ dribble style. So I would kind of like to say him and Wiggins are pretty similar. Wiggins' player model probably is that little bit better, whereas DeRozan offensively might be that little bit better. Both cards are really good. I don't, dislike either card. I think you can use either card and have a lot of success with them. Andrew Wiggins, number 10. DeMar DeRozan coming in at number 9. At number 8, Cedi Osman. And some people watching this are going to be like, there's no way a Pink Diamond Cedi Osman is better than the card I have to grind 15 cards for, which is the Andrew Wiggins. And he is. Okay, Cedi Osman is better than Andrew Wiggins, and I will say that for the end of time. Now, is Cedi Osman a top 5 shooting guard in the game like some people suggest? Absolutely not. But he still is really, really solid. Decent release, MJ dribble style, really just solid overall card, Hall of Fame interceptor, menace. There's just really no flaws with Cedi Osman. And I do kind of want to mention right now as we're going through Cedi Osman, my 10 through 8, it's all preference. They're all 6'7". They're all going to be really solid defensively. It's just preference based. And for me, I prefer Cedi Osman. Somebody might prefer Andrew Wiggins. If you guys prefer Andrew Wiggins to Cedi Osman, just switch them on this list. But again, this is my list. This is who I prefer. And if I was to go into the 250K tourney today, I would use Cedi Osman. Not only that, I think Cedi Osman's more fun to use than both Andrew Wiggins and DeMar DeRozan. At number 7, I hate putting him this low, is Galaxy Opal, Terry Dishinger. The crazy part is, the one reason I don't really mind putting, the one reason behind why I really don't mind putting him this low is the fact that, look, Terry Dishinger's been out for about a month and a half. And the fact that he still comes in at number 7 where everybody else basically, got replaced, I think that shows a lot about how good Terry Dishinger's really is, And a lot of people got replaced, whereas Terry Dishinger kind of stood that test of time and is still really solid. At number 7, the main thing Terry's got is great shooting ability with maybe the best release in the entire game. That's why I'm really high on Terry Dishinger at number 7. At number 6, Galaxy Opal, Carmelo Anthony. Some people watching this would have Carmelo Anthony all the way up, probably at number 1 or number 2. And that's just the way it is, okay? Some people love Melo more than literally everybody else in the entire game. That's just not me. I'm a fan of Melo. I think the card's fine. He's 6'8". He can do a lot of things on the court. I just think there are other cards in my team that I prefer. Yes, Melo has the 6'8" height. Yes, he's got an incredible release. Yes, defensively, he's really solid. He just doesn't have enough Hall of Fame defensive badges for me. I feel like guys that are smaller than 6'8", 6'5", 6'6", move a little bit better. And that's just my opinion. Do I like taller cards in general? Yes. But if they're going to be your primary ball handler, just kind of keep in the back of your minds that if they're shorter, they're just going to move better. Not to say that's, why my guys are higher than Melo. I just don't love Melo. And I know Melo's base is really good. I just would say I'm not that great with it. Cracking our top 5 Galaxy Opal Jaylen Brown. And if you guys don't think Jaylen Brown should be over Carmelo Anthony, just do me a quick favor, go watch the Jaylen Brown gameplay I did. Okay, that's all I'm asking. I'm not asking too much of you. Just go back, watch that Jaylen Brown gameplay I did, and then tell me your thoughts on Jaylen Brown. Tell me, do you really think that that Jaylen Brown does not deserve to be top 5 on this list? His release, although it's kind of on this lower side of things, is green. Okay, you're gonna green basically every shot you shoot with Jaylen Brown. Not only that, okay, not only does he have a green release, defensively, he's an absolute menace. And I feel like the stats never tell the whole story with how good Jaylen Brown is defensively. I felt like this with the Diamond card, and I still hold true to it with the Galaxy Opal. I love Jaylen Brown, and I think as far as a 3-and-D card in my team that can handle the ball, put it on the ground, Jaylen Brown is him in my team. At number 4, Galaxy Opal Ray Allen. It was one of those things when I did the Andre Iguodala gameplay, I was like, this card's got to be better than Ray Allen. And then I went on my nobody spam and used Ray Allen, and I was like, okay, maybe not. Both of these cards are elite. I mean, Ray Allen offensively might be the best shooting guard in the entire game. Maybe the number 2 on my list is better than Ray. But I've been using Ray offensively, and I just love the card. He can standing dunk. Ray Allen, I'm very quick. I'm getting used to it. It's really good. His dribbling is off the charts elite. Guy has quick drop dunks. I mean, there's just really no flaws in Ray Allen. Now, if you do want to apply some badges, apply some of those playmaking badges. You know, make him that little bit better. Bailout, dimer, vice grip, stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, I've been using Ray Allen on my no money spend. When I first got him, I was like, I don't really love this card. But as times went on and as I've used him, I've just grown higher and higher on him. At number 3, Dr. J, Dark Matter Julius Erving. I don't care who you are, you can't disrespect him. I just don't think it is reasonable to disrespect Julius Erving after all this time, and after, you know, he is still absolutely elite. I mean, if you look at his stats and badges, he's elite. If you want to make the case, you know, that his SIGs are a little outdated, I mean, I guess I'm hearing where you're coming from. But for me, it's not enough for me to be low on a guy like this. I mean, I get his stat, or I get his, you know, his SIGs might not be as good as Ray Allen's, and I get, you know, some other shooting guards are going to have more updated SIGs, but who has better stats and badges than Dr. J? I'll wait, because I honestly, and I mean what I'm saying here, I don't know if you're going to find a guy with better stats and badges than Julius Erving. I just don't. And again, you guys might have somebody that you guys think of, that you guys know. I just don't know of anybody who's going to have better stats and badges than Dr. J. That's just my firm opinion on it. I really like Dr. J. I'm really high on him. And the fact that he's number 3 on this list kind of makes me sick. At number 2, Galaxy Opal Vince Carter. This is the only other guy I think you can debate as being a better offensive player, or better offensively, a better primary ball handler than a guy like Ray Allen. I think it's Vince Carter. If you want to debate anybody else, I just don't think it's really, what's the right word for it? I don't think it's really logical, just for the sole fact of, I mean, those two guys are both under, or 6'6" or under. They're both movement-wise are incredible. They've got probably the 2 best releases on, Ray Allen's isn't as good, but they've got 2 of the top releases on the entire game. I mean, it's that simple. I love both these cards. For me, Vince Carter on my Road to 250K account, obviously I'm banned now, was him. I love Vince Carter. He probably would play for quite some time. Probably would have played in last quals with him and just giving people buckets, but it is what it is. I've had a lot of success with with Vince Carter here. And honestly, Vince, he's went down a lot in price, and it's crazy that a Vince Carter can get for under 200,000 MTU is absolutely incredible. And the guy at number 1 is even cheaper than Vince Carter. It is Scottie Pippen. Now, Scottie Pippen is way different of a card than Vince Carter. So this is kind of something I like explaining to people on why I have certain people in certain positions. Now, for Scottie Pippen, you guys got to realize, okay, defensively, it's off the charts. You're not going to find many better defensive players in the entire game than Scottie Pippen. But on the offensive end of the court, he's, again, 6'8", similar to Carmelo, not going to be able to create as much. I do love Scottie Pippen's release. I think it's super, super silky smooth. And I think as far as when we talk about all-around shooting guards in my team, you can't beat Scottie Pippen. He can be your best defensive player, meanwhile being that primary ball handler. He's about the only guy in the entire my team game that can do that, right? How many other people can you use as your primary ball handler, and then they can turn around and be your lock? Just not many people that can do it. Scottie Pippen is one of those rare people that can get the job done. That is going to wrap it up for our top 10 list. Just going to give some other honorable mentions here, okay? Andre Iguodala, he's an honorable mention here. Kazi Russell, if you're good with that Kazi, you can definitely make him work. I'm trying to scroll here, get some more honorable mentions in here. of cards that I really like. But, you know, my top 10 obviously is there for a reason, right? I mean, those guys are guys I'm really high on and that I think you guys can make work at every level. It's crazy, you know, back when I did this before, there's probably like Kobe Bryant, Ricky Davis, and those guys don't even crack the top 10 anymore. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you already do it. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.